You have to discover what you want, then focus on what you want, and then magnetize what you want. Because when you discover what you want, it's basically like a sense of purpose. It's basically like a sense of this is what's gonna make me feel alive and bring a sense of heaven on earth. And like, cause in order for you to fulfill that fulfillment of purpose, you gotta sacrifice something. But before I get into that, a man that's not willing to take a chance on himself will like eventually take a chance on something else. So you gotta be willing to take a chance on yourself on what you want. Because if not, then you're giving outside pleasure, you're giving outside credit, and you're not giving credit to like yourself. You're giving your energy, you're pouring in your focus into something else, and you're helping somebody else dreams and wants come true. But let's start giving credit to ourselves on what we want, because that's what we really discovered from like within. And like in order for you to experience to like the like aliveness, you got to get real calm. You got to get real quiet. You got to relax and visualize, because this world is a magnetic field and you are the signal that's in it, right? Because when you start to visualize on what you want, you'll start to really see the forces that's distracting you. And you have to make personal sacrifices as well. And where you're willing to make them personal sacrifices, what you want becomes real, because you're willing to be calm, quiet, relaxed, and see from an inner state. And when you see from a inner state, then the outside forces got to meet the demand, because you already the supply. You have the resources from the inside, from the mental and the spiritual aspect. God is the source. So when you visualize and see it and you ask for what you want, then the demand got to meet the supply, which is you. But you had to discover what you want, focus on what you want, and then you had to magnetize it. And that's how powerful we is. And sometimes we really like forget that. But sometimes we got to give ourselves reassurance, because everything in this world came from something. Everything in this world came from something or someone else who was willing to create and discover and focus on what they want. And you're living in it.